Buying a home, it's likely the most money you will ever spend at one time. Make sure you have a real estate team you can trust on your side, helping you every step of the way. Welcome back to the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show with one of the most trusted realtors in Windsor, Essex, Dan Gemus.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're talking bidets. Today it's our fun question: to bidet or to not bidet. Some more texts coming in. We'll share them throughout the rest of the half hour. Don't forget, if you want a chance to win the contest today, $50 for the Richmond Popcorn Company, you can text in to 10800 with the keyword snack. Snack with your first and last name, and you're automatically entered. And now it's time to talk with our good friend Ron Bondy from the Super Mortgage team. Hey, Ron, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you on this lovely white day?
Well, it's a little chilly, a little windy, but you know what? What else could we expect for the the middle of January? Really, we've been lucky up to this point.
Winter finally came.
That's right. Had to come at some point. That's right.
Exactly.
So, Ron, listen, before we get to the topic today, the big question is to bidet or not bidet. Have you ever used a bidet?
In Japan, when I went to Japan, they had one there, and I did try it.
And experience?
It was fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So would you consider putting one here at home?
Absolutely not.
No, you would not. Why?
To use it at a hotel, I don't know. Honestly, I kind of find them a little disgusting, to be honest.
Really?
To be the one that has to clean it after, I just couldn't see myself doing that. So
interesting. Okay.
Do you clean the toilet at home, Ron?
Yes, but I don't know. It's a little different.
All right. So one question a listener asked, the water that comes out, is it warm or cold? In your experience, Ron, in Japan, was the water warm or cold? It's colder, isn't it? It's heated.
So it depends what kind of bidet you have. So here I'm educating about bidets today. Yes.
Yes.
So, if you find an older home with a bidet, you will typically have a hot and cold tap on it, so you can set the temperature the way you want. If you get the new style bidets that are actually built into the toilet seat, they are preheated. The toilet seat is preheated. They're really fantastic.
Well, great tip, Ron. Thanks again for joining us. If someone has questions, how do they reach out to you?
Hey, if anybody wants to know about bidets, that's my side job.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. Okay. Well, listen, thanks for getting involved with our fun question today. Now let's get to the actual business. Okay. So mortgages. You want to talk about quality of life over rate?
Yeah. So my day job is mortgages, quality of life over rate. So I bring this up because we are coming into a couple years, this year and next year, where there's going to be $1 billion worth of mortgages renewed, and they are going to renew at a higher rate. People's monthly payments are going to go up anywhere from $400 to $700 or more, depending on the size of their mortgage. So that really impacts your quality of life. That's basically a car payment. You could lease a car for around $400. So that's really going to affect a lot of people. Now, I bring this up because I had a client that came up to me and asked me my opinion. They went and talked to their bank, and they told them, don't touch your mortgage, leave it alone, struggle for the next 5 years, and you'll be okay. So I sat them down and I said, listen, your financial advisor is correct. Financially, it is best to just struggle. I said, but reality is, if you and your wife are fighting because of money, if you're stressed out constantly about money, to stretch your amortization out 5 more years and be happy and have a quality of life is going to be invaluable compared to getting a divorce. So
no kidding.
No, for sure.
A divorce, spousal support and child support is going to cost you a whole lot more. And the problem isn't you and your significant other. It's money. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to stretch your amortization, pay more interest just so that you have the quality of life that you want. And I'm not saying that you can splurge and go crazy, but if you're fighting over, hey, I went and bought my kids a new pair of pants because theirs had a hole in it. Well, we can't afford that. That's just not a good quality of life.
Yes,
you
of
know,
course.
stretch your amortization a little more. And, when rates do come down, and they will, when rates do come down in your next term, if they're lower, then bring your amortization back the other way, make your payments a little higher since you're used to paying those. Yeah, you're never going to recoup that interest that you lost, but you are going to be saving some more money that way and paying off your mortgage a little faster. So short-term pain financially, but it would be great for your relationship, great for the people around you, not even only your significant others, people at work, right?
Yes, of course. Of course. Huh. So listen, there's been some news lately that we're seeing rates coming down. Is that in fact happening?
Well, fixed rates are down because fixed rates are tied to the bond yield. So they are probably about 0.6% lower than what they were a few months ago.
Wow.
So, but variable rate, so the bank prime rate is holding steady.
Yeah,
that hasn't budged, and we don't foresee it budging till around May, June. And then at that point, if the housing prices start going crazy, obviously they will go up, because when interest rates go down, housing prices go up. When interest rates go up, housing prices go down. It's just how it goes. But if they go up real crazy, then the bank's going to hold again or raise, and that will also affect the bond market, which will raise the bond market, which could raise the fixed rates then too. So nobody has a crystal ball, but everybody does foresee everything going down. When it starts going down, that's where the big question mark comes in, because just look at last year when they did the first pause. House prices started to go up, and then they did two more raises after that.
The confidence was there for the market, right? And they just, this is where I'm worried, right? Because at the end of the day, really, let's say they knock it down a quarter point, people start getting crazy all over again because their confidence is there. Great rates are coming down. Because really, the average person doesn't pay attention to what the Bank of Canada is doing. They really don't, right?
No,
they just see the headlines. Yeah.
Rates are coming down. They're not gonna see. Nobody's gonna report rates dropped 0.25%. No, Bank of Canada is slashing rates. Whoa, I'm off the sidelines. I'm in the game, right?
This is why we've been trying to tell people listening that now's a good time to buy while the market is not going crazy. You're not fighting with 50 people for a house. Yes, the rates might be, a quarter point higher or so, but like you said, the 5-year, the fixed rates have been coming down. So on one hand, I think people were just hoping that the prices would come down, but we're not seeing prices coming down any further. They've been hovering in this, same range for the last 6-7 months. So
I think we've seen the bottom last spring, and we haven't been back there yet.
No, I agree. Yeah. So it's tough. There's no easy answer. And yes, affordability is an issue, but it's not going to clear up anytime soon. They can't build houses fast enough to make up for the difference in folks wanting properties, whether it's immigration coming in or whatnot, right? So
students staying, immigration's coming in. There's a whole lot that factors into that. We builders are basically been paused for a long time.
Yep, 100%. Right?
They don't want to, they price houses at a certain amount. And they don't want to cut their prices. So, and I don't blame them.
No,
it costs so much to build a house.
That's just it. But again, ultimately, we're going back to the days where a listing was on the market for a longer period, right? So they didn't necessarily take a whole bunch of money off. They just sat longer and eventually sold if they were priced properly. The key now is making sellers understand that you have to price properly. You can no longer price in February, March of 22 prices. You have to price in today's price, which is still fantastic compared to a few years ago. So,
for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
You're still at least double, if not more.
Oh my gosh! In December of 21, our average price was 552. We're now at 556, I believe, for the year. So we've gone back to 2021 prices. But again, that was 552 in December of 21. In December of 19, it was 335. So it went up $220,000 in 2 years. So
that's crazy.
The gain is still amazing, you know.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, that doesn't happen
No,
ever.
no, ever. Exactly.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Historical jump in house prices.
That's right. That's right. I always like to remind everybody in 2011, not that long ago, our average price here in Windsor, Essex was $170,000
Yeah.
in 2011. 10 years ago, $191,000.
And I bet you there's thousands of people on the call right now that are like, I wish I could buy a house for that.
Yep.
Yes,
Coulda,
no
shoulda,
kidding.
woulda.
Yeah,
right?
that's
I know.
right.
I know.
Exactly.
It's all relative. In 10 years from now, prices will be much higher. So, you know.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But-
We typically see a typical growth of 4% per year in housing price. That's typical. You know,
That's right.
maybe it's 3 1 year, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 5, but
Yeah,
you know, on
that's right.
average.
That's right. That's
So
right.
One thing I want to mention, like you said, it's a great time to buy right now. Yeah, interest rates are a little higher than what they're going to be, but you're going to get your house at a better price than what it's going to be once rates starts dropping. So, everybody's saying, and you know, I will say it time and time again: date the rate, marry the house. If you like the house, don't worry about paying an extra 0.25%. You're going to make that up in growth in your house.
100%. That's a great way to look at it, Ron, for sure. For sure. Fantastic. Listen, how does everyone reach out to you if they have any questions?
So if you want to know about mortgages or if you want to know about bidets, you can call me at 519-791-2961, or you can email me at Ron Bondy at supermortgageteam.ca, or they can get in touch with one of your lovely agents.
Awesome. You're the best, Ron. Thank you. And we'll see you this week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yep. See you later.
Bye, Ron.
Ron Bondy with the Super Mortgage Team and bidet expert. So it's, you know, it's oh, it was great feedback there from Ron. But yeah, it's a great way of looking at it, really.
No, for sure. And considering most of the time you're going to be in your house for at least 5 years.
That's right.
At least.
That's right.
Most times.
That's right. So there you go. Okay, we're going to take a break. We are going to come back. We're going to draw the name for the Richmond Popcorn Company gift card today. You can still squeeze in there if you want to try. You can text the keyword snack with your first and last name to 10800, and we'll come back with some listener questions as well here on the show. You can text us your questions to 10800, and we'll answer them live here on the show. Lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.